Hi everyone, Coach's Corner back again. So today we're going to be talking about Olympic lifting. It's a sport that we're both really passionate about, and today all we're going to do is give you a really basic introduction to how we coach beginners who come to us looking to learn the Olympic lifts. I'm going to be talking about the snatch and how I go about teaching it, a simple progression.
And I'll talk about the clean and jerk and get Ramsey to demonstrate it. We just want to say this is just an introduction video to Olympic lifting, so there'll be hundreds of things we probably miss out or forget to talk about, or we just simply don't have the time to talk about. So you will need a lot of hands-on coaching when you're trying to do it properly. So if you've got any questions, please feel free to email us.
So first stage of learning the snatch then, all Aaron's going to do is pick up the bar in both hands, and then he's going to work his hands out symmetrically so they've got a match until the bar sits in the crease between your hip bones and your pubic bone, okay? And then to test this out, all he's going to do is kick his leg out in front of him. If the bar doesn't move, then it means that he's in the right place. So, it's about the right kick again. Yeah, it's about the right place. So if the bar significantly moves up, take your hands wider until it doesn't. Simple. Then all he's going to do is push the bar above his head, and he's aiming for it to sit over the crown of his head or slightly behind. Anywhere in front of that, and the bar's going to come forward as he squats down. Okay, then from there, most people will find it more comfortable to turn their feet slightly outwards, okay? And then keeping the bar in that position we just discussed a second ago, he's going to squat down as low as he can go. Obviously, Aaron being a flexible leopard can get all the way down and stand back up. Okay, and that is called the overhead squat, nice and simple. I did a video on it recently if you want to look that up as well. So, what do you do if someone cannot overhead squat? Okay, the first thing to do is increase their flexibility. Chances are there are flexibility issues in their shoulders, in the upper back, or even in their hips, in and around their groin. So work on those areas until they can do an overhead squat all the way down. Okay? Nice and simple. If you can't overhead squat, you can't snatch. Okay? Happy with that? Cool. Moving on then. Snatch balance then. What Aaron's going to do is he's going to start with the bar on his back with his hands in the snatch grip position. So the position he was in just a second ago, but the bar's going to sit on his back. Okay, then what he's going to do is he's going to start with his feet nice and close. Okay, then he's going to effectively jump down, jump his feet out, and punch the bar above his head at the same time. Okay, quite hard to explain. Best thing for you to do is just watch how Aaron demonstrates it. Okay, notice how there's not a big jump in the air. It's nice and efficient. It's bang, straight down. If you just watch really closely what he's doing, the bar shouldn't really move much. You probably would notice the bar stayed exactly the same height, all that changed was that his body dropped underneath it. Okay? The reason why we train this drill, which is called the snatch balance, is that so that you get used to receiving the bar above your head after you've just lifted it up above your head. Okay? You get used to catching it above your head in that low overhead squat position, which is what's going to be your success to getting big weights above your head. Okay? So that is the snatch balance. Moving on then, okay, we're going to move on to the scarecrow snatch. You're going to enjoy this one, Aaron. So what he's going to do then, he's going to start with standing there nice and still, bar's going to be hanging in the hip crease. He's then going to come up onto his toes and shrug until the bar is level with his sternum. Okay, I'm not going to make him do it straight away because the position's horrendous. Okay, once it's in that position, he's then just going to drop underneath and catch it. Again, as with the snatch balance, the bar shouldn't move. Aaron should drop underneath it. Okay, he's quite good at this, so watch out. Yeah. Notice how he doesn't try and lift the bar anymore. Once it's sat in that sternum, he drops underneath. Okay, I'll even put my hand above him, you'll see. Bar didn't touch my hand at all. Okay, that is called the scarecrow snatch. That is the next stage. Okay, moving on from the scarecrow snatch then, we're going to go down a phase to the hip snatch. Okay, so what I was going to do then is going to stand with the bar in his hips. Okay, then all he's going to do, soften his knees ever so slightly. By soft knees, I mean, imagine you're jumping off of a high building and you want to land softly. How you land is how I want you to start. Then all he's going to do is jump, literally jump and catch. He's going to jump, pull the bar past his face and catch in the bottom overhead squat position. Okay, when you're ready. One more. So that particular drill is called the hip snatch. Okay, I'll just reiterate now we're at the halfway stage. So we've done overhead squat, snatch balance, scarecrow snatch, hip snatch. Okay, 2 more stages to go before we've got a full snatch. So, what he's going to do now is going to stand in the hip snatch position again. Okay, soften his knees up. Then he's going to push his hips back as though he's doing a Romanian deadlift. Okay, notice how his back stays nice and tight the whole time. Okay, all he's done is push his hips back. Then what he's going to do is just stand up, the bar's going to come into his thighs, and then he's going to basically do a hip snatch. Okay, obviously this is going to be done slightly faster when he does it properly. So we could have one slow one, mate, and then one fast one, please. Notice how the bar comes into his hips, then he jumps. Okay, a little bit quicker, it looks like this, a lot more fluid. Okay, that drill then is called the hang snatch, okay? Hang can either be done just above the knee or just below, it's entirely up to the lifter. Usually I'd recommend for beginners going to just above the knee. Okay, so RDL until the bar sits right up your kneecaps, then go into it. Okay? Once you've mastered all 5 stages mentioned so far, now you're ready to go to the floor. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about setting up from the floor then. So what Aaron's going to do is he's going to start with the bar hanging in the hip snatch position. Okay, he's then going to RDL until the bar gets to his knees. Okay, then from here, he's going to squat down until the bar sits mid-shin. Notice his hips dropping down. Okay, he's not bending over more and his chest is up. Then from there, all he's going to do is stand up until the bar comes into his hips and then snatch. Perfect example, okay? Done a little bit quicker, it looks like this. And that is how you go from an overhead squat to a snatch. I'm quite aware that that was quite quick. There's a lot of information in there, so I'll just recap the teaching sequence. So it's overhead squat, just a basic overhead squat above your head. Snatch balance, where you're dropping underneath. Scarecrow snatch, where you start from the sternum and then drop. Hip snatch, hang snatch, full snatch. Okay, 6 teaching sequences that you can use to build yourself up to doing the full lifts.
So leading on from Ramsey's snatch video, we're just going to go through the clean and jerk. Just one thing to bear in mind, we don't have Borat demonstrating. This disgusting moustache is Ramsey's early attempt at November next month, so do not be put off by this coaching video. So first thing, similar to the snatch, similar sort of progressions, we're going to talk about the front squat first. So Ramsey needs to adopt the bar in the front squat rack position. So it sits high up across the clavicles, elbows are up and inwards, okay? So all you're going to do is perform a front squat. Let's do a couple more for me. Okay, so exactly the same as the snatch, you must be able to front squat if you are to properly perform the clean. So leading on from there, what we'll talk about now is a hang clean from the higher thigh, so upper thigh. So if you want to basically go into an RDL position, just a slight soft knee bend, okay, and basically what Ramsey's going to do is he's going to explode upwards, shrug the bar and catch it in a full clean position. Okay, so done slowly, looks like that, a little more speed, look like this. Okay. Obviously it's quite hard to do with no weight in the bar. Just give us one more for us, Rams. Okay, so similar sort of position to the snatch, you know, from high up in the thigh, your torso is erect, same as it would be in the snatch. So this is your jumping position. From there, it would then go into an RDL. Now, what I would like to do is do it just below the knee. So this will go into a transition phase. So basically from the knee, he's going to basically come through until it comes up to his upper thigh. Slowly pull, accelerate, and drop. Okay, so just do 2 for me now. Do one slow, one fast. And a little bit faster. So notice the positions. Lovely. Okay, then the final stage I would like to look at is mid-shin. So same thing, we'll go into an RDL, we'll load the hamstrings, then we'll begin to squat down, and this is where it starts. So if you had weights on the floor, it would be about there, okay? So now just nice and slowly for me. Lovely. And that is the clean.
Alright guys, so I wanted to finish up this video by talking about 2 really common mistakes that I see 90% of lifters making when they first learn to snatch. Okay, and these 2 problems are, number 1 is allowing their hips to rise too quickly at the start, and number 2 is going to be swinging the bar around when you go from the hip to above your head. Okay, so Aaron's going to demonstrate both of these problems, and I'm going to talk about strategies to avoid them. Okay, so What you want to look out for is how quickly his bum rises off the floor now when he starts to lift. Okay, notice how his hips shot up, which has changed his back angle. His back angle's gone from that to that, okay? What this causes is a massive loss of power, okay? Because you've taken all the emphasis off the quads and hamstrings and pretty much put it on the lower back. There is a little bit on the hamstring, but not as much as we'd like, okay? The way we're going to solve this problem then is by Aaron really concentrating on keeping his chest up and slowing down that initial movement, okay? So when he slows it down, it's a lot easier to control. Notice how angle's been maintained throughout the first pull. Okay, nice and simple, just slow it down. Only go as slow as you need to hit the right position. So if you can hit the right positions and move fairly rapidly, fair enough, but only wait until you've hit the right positions and then start to add a little bit of speed. Okay, second problem then is when you go from the hip to above your head, swinging the bar around you. Okay, either people bump the bar with their hips or they just sort of swing it with straight arms. Okay, so Aaron's going to demonstrate what this would look like, and you'll see a massive arc of the bar as he pulls it. Okay, obviously this isn't very efficient, and also this can lead to a lot of problems in consistency. So for example, either the bar goes flying that way or it lands in front of Aaron and he can't catch it. Okay, so what he's going to really focus on, I just want you to do a really slow pull, Aaron, and then pull with high elbows. Okay, so what I want you to think about if you make this mistake is think about the bar brushing your face. Okay, so after the bar comes into your hips, you're going to think about elbows high and the bar coming up to brush past your face. Okay. Like that. So if you do that drill nice and slowly, really slowly, put it up past your face and then catch it. A couple of light reps before you actually start your snatching, and you find that your traps and upper shoulders get activated for that movement, and the muscle memory kicks in, so that when you come to do your snatches, boom, they're not coming away from you.
So some problems a lifter might find in the clean and jerk are very similar to the snatch. So bumping it away is one of them. So if Ramsey's going to demonstrate what bumping away might look like. What this is an attempt for the lifter to try and get more force production upwards. What they actually do is they're bumping it away from them further. See that? The line come away from them. So this is the same as what Ramsey was talking about in the snatch. If it hits them too aggressively and hit it away from them, it's a poor pull. So simple way to correct it, again, is very similar to the snatch. What that lifter would do is emphasise the shrug and the elbows up. Shrug, elbows up before catching and receiving. Okay? So the second problem we're going to talk about is keeping it too far away from somebody. So, very important when you snatch and clean and jerk, you've got the lats engaged, so you pull the bar into your body. So if the lifter doesn't do that, the clean or the snatch will tend to look very similar to this. So basically, if he does it slowly, you'll see there is a clear gap between the lifter and the bar here, right here, okay? And this is where, if you gauge your lats, it should be contacting on the clean. Okay, so the lats are switched on, and it contacts mid-fire, upper fire to demonstrate, okay? So yeah, that is pretty much it for the snatch and clean jerk. Obviously there are other issues that can go wrong, but for now let's just wrap up the video.
So that's Olympic Lifting 101. We talked a little bit about snatch, clean and jerk, common mistakes in both of them. If you're interested in actually getting down here and learning some Olympic lifting, then there's a space open on my Olympic Lifting squad Tuesday nights at 6:30. Get in touch, Ramsey at fastaimfitness.co.uk.
Failing that, I do have a space also on my lifting class on a Saturday at 1:30 PM. So you can get in touch at Aaron at fitperformance.co.uk.
Thanks very much. So guys, that's Olympic Lifting Lesson 101. If you're more interested, So guys, that's Olympic Lifting 101.
Jak se wiesz?